So here we are at the British Museum, and what an incredibly exciting opportunity it is to be here, and the sort of ultimate celebration of the freedom of sexuality. It's a direct invitation for us all to look and meditate upon our past and forge our future together.
I've actually worked here at the museum for quite a long time, and I was here when the Warren Cup was acquired in 1999, so I'm very familiar with it. I've spent a lot of time talking about it with visitors to the museum, and so this project, the Pride Cups, it's a really fascinating interpretation of an object which I've become quite familiar with, but it's still an object that's unknown to a lot of visitors, and it really should be known as a star piece in the museum's collection. So I think this Rainbow Cup project, this Pride Cup project, is really a great way of encouraging people to look at the cup again, look at it in a different way, and I've certainly seen it in a new light.
It's wonderful to see the cups in real life. We've been working with Pygmalion Fine Art for almost a year now, working towards the beginning of this tour. They are absolutely beautiful. The artwork is really sensitive and celebratory. The colours are wonderful and really linked at the moment to the Pride season, which we're all out celebrating with our flags. There's events happening up and down the country. And this, I think, just gives us a really interesting perspective to the art community about why celebrating LGBT relationships and diversity is so important. They're wonderful, and I'm quite covetous of them, actually.
In terms of the actual practicality of making this, it's been a hugely challenging. The original Warren Cup was raised, made and chased in repoussé, which probably took about, I'd say, 250 hours for someone to make. We haven't done that here. We decided to take a scan of the original mold and 3D print it. It took us about 16 attempts to get a successful 3D print, just because the sheer level of detail and subtlety which we had to capture, we were really struggling to get it. But eventually, through hand manipulating and carving and sculpting the 3D resins and rescanning and reprinting and rescanning, we eventually got there. And really, it probably hasn't been that much of a cost or time-saving exercise. 250 hours each probably isn't that far off. And then the colours, so to bring this cup into the 21st century and really make it not a slavish pastiche of the original, but stand on its own 2 feet as a work of art in its own right. I designed and made the handles and the colours which represent each colour taken from the rainbow flag. This application, this technique and colour has never been used before, so we were really trying something that's never been done. We had no idea how it was going to adhere to silver. So through about 6 months of trial and error and practice, we perfected the colour and the application, and here they are. You know, what I love about them is that they're like nothing else I've ever seen. I really couldn't be more bowled over by how they've turned out.